What is going on, everybody? Beveragy here, and this is pretty cool because I didn't originally plan on recording a reaction to this song. I was absolutely gonna listen to it, but I didn't really plan on recording a reaction to it. But but you have a combination of two things. I just recently checked out Ariana Grande's the Excuse Me, I Love You, her Netflix concert, and I recorded a reaction to it. That's on my Patreon if you want to check that out. The link is in the description. There's like a whole bunch of other stuff on there too. But point being, I went into it with not a lot of Ariana knowledge outside of the music I've listened to. To say I was blown away is not even the appropriate way to put it. It was I'm still like overwhelmed by the level of talent this woman has. Her breathing techniques, singing live. There's just so much I took from that, and not knowing like how personal that was to her and just how much it did for her and how clearly she was radiating that during that concert. It was incredible. And then combine that with the fact that the Weeknd, I have been so blown away by his music. His music is so just made for me. It's just like, musically speaking, it's the kind of music that I love, the sound of it. And then you combine that with the brutality of how honest his lyrics are, like brutally honest, not just honest, but like fucking brutal, like stab in the gut, brutal. And I love that so much, combined with just how the music sounds. So you have these two artists and they're remixing one of my favorite songs, definitely top 3, on After Hours, that I have to check this out. We just have to. So with all that out the way, let's dive right the fuck into this right now. We're doing the music video. I don't know if most of it is cut or something. It's because YouTube blocked my first upload. Yeah, we'll see how this goes, but let's do it. Let's shut up and let's do it. I thought it would be animated from like the thumbnail of the music video, but this is the confirmation. I want to focus more on the song, but this is I guess I don't really have a choice at this point.
I saw you dancing in a crowded room. You look so happy when I'm not with you, but then you saw me, caught you by surprise. A single teardrop falling from your eye. I don't know why.
That's okay. So she came in like packaging, which had like the, I don't know, whatever you call that stuff that keeps stuff like from being damaged or whatever. She looks kind of porcelain even. Now she's here in a factory. So he's going with a similar theme that he went with in his Save Your Tears, like the original music video. Is that Ariana on that heart? Oh, come on. That is so nice. Is that her? I think that's her. Yeah. It's like subtle too. It's not obvious because The Weeknd has so much range himself. Like when he's up in that register, even in that part right there. And I hope I'm not wrong. I'm pretty sure that's her. But that's the whole point, is how subtle they did that. Because even he can, like, you can mistaken his voice for a female voice, honestly, in that range. And I mean that in the most complimentary way, because his voice is that ridiculous with the things he can do. But that was so nice if that's her. I see him back there. That's cool. This is super what's that show with the robot? Oh my god, it's like Futurama. This is super Futurama. Would not be surprised if either one of two things. He either got the actual animators that made Futurama to make this, or he's just a big fan of that show.
Met you once under a Pisces moon. I kept my distance cause I know that you don't like when I'm with nobody else.
Oh my my god, her voice sounds so like rich and full, and I love her in this lower register. I also love that they're staying so true to the original version. They're not like completely doing this remix that's changes the entire song, because this song is so good you don't want to completely change it. You just want to throw her on the verse here and just give her that part. Really appreciate that they did that. And her, again, on her voice. Back.
Met you once under a Pisces moon. I kept my distance 'cause I know that you don't like when I'm with nobody else. I couldn't help it, I put you through hell.
Yeah.
I don't know why I run away.
Come on.
Oh boy, I'll make you cry when I run away.
She said there's like a match made in heaven from a musical standpoint. So Love Me Harder, I completely so she performed that song in the Netflix concert that I just watched, and I know that song. It's off an album. I'm pretty sure it's off an album that I'm actually familiar with, My Everything, and I completely didn't realize The Weeknd was in that song. Like, I know the song and I've heard it so many times, but after I listened to the concert, I went and like had to refresh myself on some of the songs that I heard in that concert, and that was one of them. And I realized, like, oh, this is The Weeknd on this song. Holy shit. They're both so much mature in their music careers and in their voices, and I just love that that they're not like that match made in heaven isn't like too far off of the Love Me Harder. It's like that's like a super pop song, right? And now you have this, and this is like much more what the Weeknd is doing nowadays, I would say.
Boy, take me back 'cause I wanna stay. Save your tears for another. I realize that it's much too late, and you deserve someone better.
Oh, and back there, do you hear her vocals back there? And it's also like kind of drowned out, but like also a little bit like echoed back there, but at the same time it's very prominent, especially when you're wearing headphones.
You deserve someone better. Save your tears for another day.
I'm getting lost in Ariana. I love her on this. I love her on this mix. I would almost love for her to work, and I loved Positions, but I'm so intrigued for her to like work with whoever The Weeknd works with, because that album After Hours, from a production standpoint, like that's definitely one of the top 3 albums I've ever heard in my fucking life from a production standpoint. You cannot change my mind about that. That's how I feel. I feel that strongly about that. I would be so interested to hear Ariana working with whoever produced that, just because of how she sounds on here. Like, this is much different from what I've heard from her.
Tears for another day.
And she's so... That's the outfit he was wearing in the music video.
I'll make you cry when I run away.
Come on! That going in like that. She's in this like smoky sounding bag on this song that like is just so fucking nice.
Save your tears for another day.
Damn, she's pretty much boxed up like a Barbie in there. What? Okay, I definitely got to do more Weeknd music videos, which is something that I've been diving more recently into, just to get like a more different perspective of these artists from a creative standpoint. So I was a little worried coming into this because I love Save Your Tears so much, so much. That a lot of the times when you remix these songs that you just love so much, you get very concerned, and oftentimes the result is unnecessary, the best way to put it. I don't feel like that at all, and I think it's because Ariana is who she is vocally. She's a fucking chameleon. She can do anything with her voice, and again, I'm coming off the high of having just watched her Netflix concert, so I'm feeling extra amped about how I feel about her vocally. It's just fucking ridiculous. And she just showed that here with like a smokier sound even, which I'm so here for. She probably is the only person that this kind of remix works for because the song's so good, and you would only consider remixing it with someone who can do anything with their voice and fit it into this song the way she just did. I'm gonna listen to both versions now and love both equally and not look at the remix like it's, oh, why did they do this, which is what I do so often with some of these remixes. So yeah, I'm so happy that this was as good as it was, that didn't divert from the original version, and it's just like the same version but with Ariana's verse and like some runs and some harmonies and runs and riffs at the end, and then like some really cool animation as well, even though I got lost because Ariana's vocals, I kind of lost what was happening there in the middle. But it seemed like just an animated spin off the original music video, but like he's creating her, which is like part of the original music video was just how fake the whole industry is, right? And all these plastic faces and whatever, and that's kind of what he just did there. He just created his own version of that. So yeah, that's really cool. The Weeknd albums that I need to do, that we absolutely will be doing on the channel, are Kissland, right? Beauty Behind the Madness, Starboy, My Dear Melancholy, and then also Dangerous Woman and Yours Truly from Ariana. We absolutely need to do. That's 6 albums from these 2 fucking incredible artists that we will be covering on the channel very, very soon. I promise you. I'm so excited to dive deeper into both of these people that I've just been so heavily into and have been so heavily in my rotation lately. All right, guys. I'm so happy. I was worried that I wasn't gonna be able to post this because I'd be so like kind of underwhelmed, or not underwhelmed, but like, because that's impossible with these 2. But just like disappointed that it'd be unnecessary. But it's not that at all. Okay, all right. I'll see y'all later. Bye.